Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. Today I have a highly requested video to share my Kokuyo Campus ink swatching binders. I have two of them and they are sectioned out by color. So I have all of the inks I have either ever swatched, ever been given, are in my collection currently, whatever, as for this year of 2024, because that's when I started this kind of project. That being said, the timestamps in the description are going to be separated out by color, so if you're interested in any specific color, be sure to check those out. Yeah, I think that's all I really want to say for an intro. I'm going to go ahead and start with the binder here on top. We're going to go through each color and full pages, and then I'm going to zoom in and tell you guys the names just in case you can't read my handwriting. So here we have black inks. And starting off on the top here, I have Birmingham Pen Company's Gunpowder, Diamine Onyx Black, and Birmingham Pen Company's Corroded Tin. If you'll note, I have a little star or a heart next to some of these. That is going to be an indication for myself that I own a bottle of that ink. There is no other indication besides that of like if I still own the ink or not. It's just, that's how I'm depicting what I have bottles of. For the second row, I have Birmingham Pen Company's or BPC's Flagstone, Roar & Klingner's Sketch Ink Lottie, Diamine Eclipse. For the third row, I have Endless Alchemy's Wizard's Pencil, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 Document Black, and 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Archive Black. And then I have on the bottom row here, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Black Roses, Monteverde Midnight Black, and Monteverde Black Ash. For page 2, we start with some Sailor inks. I have Sailor Ink Studios 027, Sailor Black, Sailor 𝗦𝗃𝗽𝗃. For the second row, and I'm probably going to butcher a lot of these names because I'm trying to go quickly, but this is Sailor 𝗫𝗄𝗃𝗃 𝗂𝗃, Sailor 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, Octopus Fluid's Black Elephant. For the third row, we have Aurora Black, Platinum Carbon Black, Waterman Black, and for the final row, we have Noodler's Black, Ackerman's 𝗦𝘃𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏, and Lamy Black. For page 3, we have Inkybar's Blackish, Pilot Iroshizuku's Takesumi, Kaweco's Pearl Black, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Black, Kobe's Shinko Jet Black, number 65, Troublemaker's Polar Lights, which is a shimmery ink, which has blue to like green shimmer. It's very beautiful. Then we have Waringel's Hades, another shimmery ink. All of these are shimmers here on the bottom. And this one goes purple to blue. It's absolutely stunning. Love this one. Robert Oster's Black and Blue, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Velvet Copper Black. And then on the bottom we have Kiwi Inks Mermaid Black, Diamine 2023 Purple Ink Fence Astral, and then Ferriswell Press's Atlas Iron Ore, which is an Atlas Stationers exclusive. And then for the final page, we have Robert Oster's Schwartz Rose and Birmingham Pen Company's Tailings Pond. Honorable mention here is Pilot Classic Black. I do have that one inked up all the time, and for some reason I don't have a swatch of it, but that's fine. The next group category is gray. And I tried to do my best to have lots of different ranges of gray, from dark to light, from chroma shading colors. Gray is a very fluid color for me, as there are, you know, many shades of gray, as they say. So starting on the top here, we have BPC's Sterling Silver, Waringel's Tin Woodman, Diamine's 2022 Green Ink Vent Ghost. Row 2, we have Ferriswell Press's Bayou Berry Mist, Noodler's Lexington Gray, Diamine Earl Grey. On the bottom, or second to last row, we have Diamine's Little Maddie, Occult Pens exclusive, Diamine's Silver Fox, which is from their 150th anniversary, 3 Oysters, I Color You Doldum. And then on the bottom here, we have Papier Plume's Oyster Gray, Ferriswell Press's Madame Mulberry, and Le Bon Athena Gray. For page number 2, we have Pilot Iroshizuku's Kirisame, Pilot Iroshizuku's Fuyu Syogun, Roar & Klingner's Sketch Ink Thea, Roar & Klingner's Sketch Ink Lily, Monteverde's Smoke Noir, Colorverse Alpha and, Sailor Manyo's Ayame, Sailor 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Sailor Manyo Hinoki, Sailor 𝗫𝗄𝗃𝗃 Doyu, 𝗤𝗏𝗁𝗃 and 𝗤𝗏𝗁𝗃𝗃. For page 3, we have BPC's Ingot, Birmingham Pen Company's Pennsylvania Fieldstone, Birmingham Pen Company's Abandoned Shipyard, BPC's Molten Tin, BPC's Train Trestle, Dominant Industries Tuna Gray, which is a Wonder Pens exclusive, Dominant Industry Downpour, Troublemaker's Moon River, Troublemaker's Petrichor, L'Artisan's Grease de Pain, KWZ's Grey Lux, and Tasha's Utamaru Usuzumi. For the next page, we have Pannonia's, I think it's 𝗦𝘃𝗃𝗄, and then Robert Oster's Muddy Swamp, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗄mentis Document Light Gray, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗄mentis Document Fog Gray, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗄mentis Silver Gray, which is my favorite out of all of the grays, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗄mentis Document Urban Gray, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗄mentis Document Gray, Queveco Smoky Gray, Kobe number 53, Kitano Pearl Silver, Faber-Castell's Stone Gray, Ackerman's 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗄, I think it's 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗄 Grease, 𝗦𝘂𝗃𝗄's I Am Cat, which is a shimmer ink. For page 5, we start off with Document Industries' Les Nymphes Matines, which is another shimmer ink. All of these are shimmers up here on the top. Then we have Diamond's Muddy Puddle, which is a bottle for me now. Ferrocell Press's Glistening Glass, Ferrocell Press's April Showers, Ferrocell Press's Adventurine, Diamond 2023 Purple Ink Vent Lavender Frost, Diamond 2023 Purple Ink Vent Moonbeam, Diamond Graphite, Vinta Serena, and then on the bottom here we have Robert Oster's Jewel of the Crown, Robert Oster Polar Vortex, and a second swatching of Warrengo's Tin Woodman because I forgot about the first one. Then on the last page here we have Birmingham Pen Company's Desert Hedgehog, Collection Traced Wushan Misty Mountain, Colorverse Ganymede, and Diamine Moondust, which is another shimmery ink. Moving on into our next color family, we are now into the blue-black range. Starting off on the first row here, we have J. Herbon's Bleu de Profondeurs, probably my favorite blue-black of all time. Diamond's 2022 Green Ink Vent Silent Night. TWSBI's Midnight Blue. Then we have Tasha's Hokusai Kawaii, Warren Klingner's Verdigris, Warren Klingner's Sketch Ink Frida, Warren Klingner's Lipsiger Schwartz Black, Sailor Blue Black, Sailor Shikiyori Tamate Bako, Sailor Ink Studios 940, Sailor Shikiyori Kasasagi, and Sailor Shikiyori's Shimoyo. On the next page, we have Sailor Manyo's Kikuyo, Sailor Yorameku's Zare Kokoro, Aurora's Blue Black, Pilot Blue Black, Pilot Iroshizuku's Shinkai, Noodler's Blue Black, which is not really a blue black to me, but I put it in here because its name is Blue Black. Robert Oster's Thunderstorm, another fabulous blue black. Colorverse's Proxima B, Colorverse's Permanent Navy. And the last row on this page, Pannonia's Lila Arnyek Purple, Lamy Blue Black, and Lamy Cliff, which is one of the new releases as of 2024. On the next page, we have several of the Birmingham Pen Company inks that I mixed. We started off with Polar Shadow, Aluminum Oxide, Blackberry Jam, Hot Rolled Steel, Kenyai Ford's Locomotive, Kyanite Cold Steel, and then we have Octopus Fluid's Sea Serpent. The feathering on Cold Steel here is because I had water on my nib. That's why it feathered. Otherwise, everything has done really well with Birmingham Pen Company. And then on the last row here, we have Diamond Little Chris, which has lots of sheen, Monteverde Zebra, and 𝗬𝗻's Midnight Hour, which is another really good sheening ink. For our next page, we have Platinum's Blue Black, another one of my favorite blue blacks. Ackerman's Ruisdael's Storming Blue. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏's Document Black Blue. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏's Sherlock Holmes. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏's Document Dark Blue. Faber-Castell's Midnight Blue. KWZ's Warsaw Dreaming. Kobe's 51 Kanocho Midnight, which on Tomoe River paper sheens green and purple. 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗄's Midnight Blue. And then we ended off on here with Van Diemen's Midnight, 𝗦𝘃𝗄𝗃's Hamlet, and Kiwi Ink's Nebula Space Kitty, which these two are shimmery inks. And then on the final page, we have Ferriswell Press's Crystal Blue Legacy, which has blue shimmer that may not show up on camera because it blends in really well. Ferriswell Press's Lapis Lullabies. Ferriswell Press Stroke of Midnight, which is one of my favorite blue blacks by them. 𝗬𝗏 Purple Inkvent Nightfall. Sailor Ink Studios 642. Sailor Manyo Tsuyu, geez. Sailor Manyo Budo. 𝗦𝘃𝗄𝗃's Wicked Witch, and Ancora's Navy. And that is it for the blue blacks. Then for the next color family, we have the blues. And let me tell you, I have a lot of blues and I feel like a lot of them look very similar. So I'm going to flip through these a little slowly and hopefully you can see some similarities. All right, so starting on page 1, we have Ackerman's Shocking Blue, Andrew Williams' Flying Squid Blue, BPC's Celestial Blue, BPC's Polar Bear, BPC's Airline, BPC's Electron, BPC's Tesla Coil, BPC's Chinchilla, BPC's Longbill Spearfish, BPC's Sea Holly, BPC's Fighting Fish, BPC's Salted Sea Breeze, BPC's Ice Rink, BPC's Wood Duck, BPC's Kingfisher, BPC's Ultramarine, BPC's Salamander, BPC's Eroded Bronze, BPC's Spinnaker, Color Versus number 14, Supernova, Color Versus Monkey Head Nebula Glistening, which has this gorgeous like gold to rose gold shimmer. Color Versus 2024 Blue Dragon Gold Glistening, another really beautiful gold glistening ink. Color Versus Rainy Day, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Indigo Blue. Then we have 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Hyacinth, which is a scented ink. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Document Blue, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Document Cyan, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Indian Blue Copper, gorgeous coppery blue, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Columbia Blue Copper, which the copper ink shimmer did not come through on that one, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Lavender, which is another similar ink to Hyacinth but is scented, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Cyan Blue Copper, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Atlantic Blue, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Alexandrite, which is another shimmery ink, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Oxford Blue, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Blue Velvet, and 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Asa Blue. Then we have 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Celadon Cat, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Glacier from the 2023 Purple Inkvent, which is a Starbright, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Blizzard, also from the 2023 Inkvent, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Early Dusk, 2023 Inkvent, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 One More Sleep, 2022 Inkvent, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 Arctic Blast, 2022 Inkvent, which is another one of those shimmery ones. Diamine Upon a Star, 2022 Green Ink Vent. Dominant Industries Milky Way Blue. Dominant Industries Dusk, which is another shimmery ink. Then we have Endless Alchemy's Candy Sea, Ferrocell Press's Storied Blue, and Ferrocell Press's Blue Cotton Candy. Next page, we have Ferrocell Press's Dusk in Blue, Ferrocell Press Blue Barrel Tonic, Ferrocell Press Blue Yosemite Falls, Ferrocell Press's Tumbling Time Blue, Ferrocell Press's Bathurst Blue Denim, Ferrocell Press Jelly Bean Blue, Ferrocell Press Unfettered Flight, which has a gold to pink shimmer. I don't know if I'm going to get the gold to show up, but there's gold here too. Ferrocell Press Calligraphy Ink Ultramarina, J. Airbond's Verdigris, Kaweco's Royal Blue, Kobe No. 14 Maya Lapis Lazuli, Levenger's Cobalt Blue, 𝗬𝗏 Classic Blue, 𝗬𝗏 Benitoite, I think that's right, Amazonite, Monteverde's Caribbean Blue, Monteverde's Iced Cookie, Monteverde's Blue Velvet Cake, Monteverde's Ocean Noir, Monteverde's Horizon Blue, Noodler's 54th Massachusetts, Three Oysters Just Blue, Organic Studios Nitrogen, and Papery Plume's Forget Me Not. Next we have Pelikan Edelstein's Golden Lapis, Pelikan Edelstein's Sapphire, Pannonia No. 4 Danuvius Danube, Pilot Blue, Pilot Light Blue, Pilot Iroshizuku's Amairo, Pilot Iroshizuku's 𝗬𝗎, Pilot Iroshizuku's 𝗏𝗃𝗄, Pilot Iroshizuku's 𝗎𝗏𝗆, Pilot Iroshizuku's 𝗬𝗎, and then Pilot Iroshizuku's 𝗎𝗎𝗍, and then Private Reserve's DC Super Show Blue. Next page, we have Private Reserve's 2 Minutes to Midnight, which is a discontinued ink, I believe. Private Reserve's American Blue, Robert Oster's Fire and Ice, which might be considered more of a teal color. Robert Oster's Blue River, which is a Vanessa Pens exclusive. Robert Oster's Havassal Falls, which is a Pen Chalet exclusive, and also might be considered more of a teal. Robert Oster's Wind. Sailor Ink Studios 140. Sailor Ink Studios 243. Sailor Ink Studios 442. Sailor Ink Studios 743, which is another really cool sheener. It's got gold and red, or green and red sheening. Sailor Manyo's Konagi, Sailor Manyo's Sumire, Sailor Manyo's Koke, Sailor Manyo's Nadeshiko, Sailor Manyo Haha, Sailor Shikiori Suten, Sailor Shikiori, I think it's Nori Sumire, or Noi Sumire, Sailor Shikiori Zaza, Sailor Shikiori's Yuki Akari, I think. My butchering of these names, I do apologize. Sailor Shikiori's Yonaga, Roar and Klingner's Marlene, Troublemaker's Lan Eng, Troublemaker's Abalone, Vinta's Dugong Buga. It's very, very, very sheening. Then we have Vinta's Lac Bay, which is a shimmer ink, Waterman Serenity Blue, Waringle The Phantom of the Opera, which is a gorgeous dark black blue ink, which probably deserves to be in black blue and not blue, but it's fine. Waringle's Enki, which is another shimmer ink, Waringle's Lost, Waringle's Dorothy, Pannonia's Scriptus Lights of Niagara. Then we have Robert Oster's Romeo and Juliet, Color versus Icy Moon, and we ended off with Birmingham Pen Company's Kraken's Wake. Moving on into the next color family, we are going into the teals. And again, I have quite a few of these. Yeah. I do have a range of what I would consider teal black to like light aqua teal in here, so keep that in mind. And some of them look a little bit more green, and some of them look a little bit more blue. I feel like teal is a really good range of a category that can hold a lot of different inks. So starting off on the first page here, we have Diamine Marine, Diamine Bliss from the 2022 Green Ink Vent, Diamine's Serendipity, also from the 2022 Green Ink Vent, and it is shimmery. Robert Oster's River of Fire, still one of my favorite teal inks. Robert Oster's Tranquility, another one of my favorite teal inks. Robert Oster's Steely Days. Robert Oster's Monsoon Sky, which is a Pancele exclusive. Pilot Iroshizuku's Kujaku. Pilot Green. Pilot Iroshizuku's Suigyoku. Pilot Iroshizuku's Yoro. Birmingham Pen Company's Hibiscus, which might look a little bit more blue compared to all these other ones. Birmingham Pen Company's Boiler Steam. BPC's Voltaic Arc. Birmingham Pen Company's Heron. BPC's Snowflake. BPC's Pennsylvania Slate. BPC's Oil Beetle. BPC's Aqueduct, another one of my favorite teals. BPC's Ohio River. BPC's Cerulean. BPC's Scuttlebutt. BPC's Robin's Egg, another one of my favorite teals right now. BPC's Guppy. BPC's Frostbite. Color vs. Gravity Wave. Organic Studios Alanine. Organic Studios Henry David Thoreau's Walden Pond. Waringall's Robinson Crusoe. Waringall's Wayfarer. Interesting to see how similar all three of these actually are. Then we have Waringall's Alice, which is a shimmer ink that has this kind of gold to green shimmer. Dominant Industries Chicken in the Sky with Diamonds by Wonder Pens, another one of my favorite teal inks right now. Kaveco's Paradise Blue. 𝗬𝗓mentis Mint Turquoise, 𝗬𝗓mentis Document Turquoise, and 𝗬𝗓mentis Plum. Sailor Shikiyori's Shito Shito, Sailor Shikiyori's Yamadori, Sailor Shikiyori's Miruai, Sailor Yoromeku's Seki, Sailor Yoromeku Itizora, Sailor Ink Studios 264. For Seki and Itizora, it's because they are teal on other papers. This is Kokuyo paper and they turn up very pink here, but they do shine teal or shade teal on other papers. Then we have Sailor Ink Studios 464, Sailor Ink Studios 764, Van Diemen's Underwater Series Sea Turtle, which is a high sheening teal ink, much like Walden Pond. Herbon's Bleu Calanquois, J. Herbon's Emerald of Chivor, and then Herbon's Diablo Menthe. Next page we have Monteverde's California Teal, Monteverde's DC Super Show Teal, Ferrocil Press's Frontenac Bleu. Then we have Ferrocil Press's Edwards Gardens, which looks almost identical to Emerald of Chivor. Ferrocil Press's The Ribboning Pond. This one also has shimmer in it that's kind of like a pink color. Ferrocil Press's Tumultuous Tides, another shimmer. Ferrocil Press Grand Central Skies, another shimmer. Ferrocil Press's Mirror of Moraine, a gorgeous teal by Ferrocil Press. Ferrocil Press's Morningside Mint. Ferrocil Press's Three Steamboats. Ferrocil Press's Bluegrass Velvet, and Ferrocil Press's Spruce County Post. Then we have Troublemaker's Copper Patina, Three Oysters Marine Green, which is definitely more teal than green, Three Oysters Navy Blue, which is a bit more on the blue side, but not quite navy to me, Inkybara's Air, Inkybara's Green Lagoon, another fabulous teal, Private Reserve's Blue Suede, Pelikan Edelstein's Apatite, Noodler's Turquoise, Tasha's Hokusai Sabi Midori, which I now own a bottle of because it is just such a great ink. And then we have Kobe's, I think it's 𝗦𝘂𝗍𝗄𝗍's Emerald. It's number 13. Then we have Vinta's Kislap, which is a Vanessa exclusive, and Lamy Turquoise. And this Vinta ink is shimmery, of course. Next page, we have L'Artisan's Blue Lagoon, Diamond's Aurora Borealis, Papery Plume's The Faceless Lady, which is a shimmer ink, Birmingham Pen Company's Jade Inferno. I really hope they bring that ink back. Birmingham Pen Company's Quantum Teal, which is very high in sheen, and I put it right next to KWZ's Sheen Machine number 2, and their sheens are very, very similar. Then we have Van Diemen's Odysseus, Color versus Matter, which could be considered more of a gray, Birmingham Pen Company's Lake Erie, Birmingham Pen Company's Railroad Spike, really a favorite for me right now as well, Kuritake's Shimbashi Iro, Robert Oster's Sydney Darling Harbor, which could be considered more of a gray, depending on its shading. And for the last page, we have number 64's Kobe, I think it's Sumi Yoshin Uptown Jade, another one of my favorite teals right now. Fra Rhodes' The Garden of Paris, Sailor Manyo's Nagi, and ending off on Sailor Shikiori's 𝗂𝗫𝗄𝗧. And the last category in this book is greens, and when I say I have a lot of greens, I mean it. So just bear with me. If you're interested in any of the green inks, I will try to go slower through these because I have so many and I don't want to try to rush. So starting off, we have Three Oysters Namsan, Papier Plume's Moss Green, fabulous olive green color, Kaveko's Palm Green. Then we have Kobe's number 67, Ogo Farm Green, L'Artisan's Vert Moyen Mousse, KWZ's Green Gold number 2, Troublemaker's Kelp Tea, Waringall's Mad Hatter, Pilot Light Green, Diamond's Sherwood Green, Pilot Reserve's Infinity Pine Green, and Platinum Forest Black, another one of my favorite inks. On the next page, we have Sailor Yuremeku's Amamoyoi, Sailor Yuremeku's Tsukigokoro, Sailor Yuremeku's Koyokuya. Again, a lot of these inks will change different colors depending on what paper you put them on. Sailor Shikiori's, I think it's 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Sailor Shikiori's Tokiwa Matsu, still on my full bottle wish list. Sailor Shikiori's Waka Ogisu, Sailor Shikiori's Rikyusha, Sailor Manyo's Shirakashi, Sailor Manyo's Ukikusa, Sailor Ink Studios 162, Sailor Ink Studios 280, which also could be considered a brown, Sailor Manyo's 𝗎, Diatramentus Document Green Gray, Diatramentus Document Green, Diatramentus Document Moss Green, Diatramentus Document Dark Green, Monteverde's Yosemite Green, Monteverde's Crocodile, Monteverde's Green, Monteverde's Olivine, Robert Oster's Hemp, which is a Vanessa exclusive, Robert Oster's Saguaro Green, which is a Pen Chalet exclusive, Robert Oster's Detox, and Robert Oster's Palo Verde, which is another Pen Chalet exclusive. Then we have Pilot Iroshizuku's Shin-Ryoku, Pilot Iroshizuku's Chiku-Rin, Pannonia's 𝗬𝗠𝗠𝗠𝗠, Ferrosil Press's Moss Park Green, Ferrosil Press Peter Moss, Ferrosil Press Peppermint Drop, Ferrosil Press Frivolous Lime, Ferrosil Press Sweet Honeydew, Ferrosil Press's Central Park Green, and ending this page off with Ferrosil Press Dancing Time, Ferrosil Press Goose Poupon, and Endless Alchemy's Mystic Forest. Next we have BPC's Pitted Nickel, Birmingham Pen Company's Antique Sepia, Birmingham Pen Company's Bonsai, Birmingham Pen Company's Algae Blue, Birmingham Pen Company's Praying Mantis, Birmingham Pen Company's Alfalfa, Birmingham Pen Company's Hydrothermal Spring, which also looks kind of teal on some papers, Birmingham Pen Company's Pondweed, which is definitely a brown, not a green, Birmingham Pen Company's Combine Harvester, Birmingham Pen Company's Chlorophyll, Birmingham Pen Company's Zucchini, and Birmingham Pen Company's Sugar Kelp. Continuing on with more Birmingham Pen Company, we have Lily Pad, Oil Rag, and Boxcar Kiwi. And last one by BPC, Arugula. Then we have Vinta's Sea Kelp, Roar & Klingner's Sketch Ink Emma, Roar & Klingner's Sketch Ink Clara, Colorverse Alpha Uma, Monteverde's Malachite, Dominant Industries Tuna and Olives by Wonderpens, Herbin's Lierre Sauvage, Herbin's Vert Empire, Herbin's Vert Olive, Private Reserve Avocado, Diamine Meadow, Roar & Klingner's Alt Gold Grün, which I now have a full bottle of, Colorverse's Walk the Dog, Noodler's Army Green, Waringall's Tick Tock Croc, Waringall's Peter Pan, which also could kind of be considered a brown in some cases, Lami's Peridot, Lamy Green, Pelikan Edelstein's Adventurine, and Sailor Ink Studios 160. Then we have Sailor Ink Studios 767, Sailor Ink Studios 867, Sailor Ink Studios 960, Sailor Ink Studios 967, Diamine's 2022 Green Ink Vent Appletini, Diamine's 2023 Purple Ink Vent Velvet Emerald, Shimmery Inks by Diamine here. We have Olive Swirl from the Green Ink Vent and Alpine from the Green Ink Vent, Diamine Spruce, which is a scented ink, and then we have Diamine Sugar Kelp from the 2023 Purple Ink Vent, Diamine Merry and Bright, also from the Purple Ink Vent, and Diamine Best Wishes, which is the big bottle from the 2022 Green Ink Vent. Continuing on with more shimmery inks, we have Diamine's Golden Ivy, Kiwi Ink's Emerald Green, which has a really cool blue shimmer, Robert Oster's Green Lady, Dominant Industries Natural Green, Dominant Industries Autumn Forest, still one of my favorite inks. It's this gorgeous shimmer on olive background, yeah. Waringall's Secret Garden, De Atramentis Heliogen Green Copper, a really interesting green shimmer ink, Ancient Charms Song of the Southern Country, Birmingham Pen Company's Emerald Fusion, which has a very high green sheen, but not on this paper, Ferrosil Press's Knitted Nettle, Ferrosil Press's Emerald Gardens, and Ferrosil Press's Twinkling Tea Party, which all three of these are shimmery inks. On the next page, we have Ferrosil Press's Sunlit Jade, Ferrosil Press's Moonlit Jade, Ferrosil Press's Down the Don Valley, Ferrosil Press's Green with Curiosity, Ferrosil Press's Misguided Mistletoe, and Ferrosil Press's Cloak and Forest, all of those being shimmer inks as well. Ferrosil Press's Hampton Harbor Sage, Ferrosil Press's Brilliant Beanstalk, and Ferrosil Press's Queen and Castle, Ferrosil Press's Calligraphy Ink Courtly Clover, And then we have 𝗬𝗏 Salamander and 𝗬𝗏 Classic Green here down on the bottom. Then we have 𝗤𝗄𝘅𝗄𝑠's Gale Force Green, which has a gold to green shimmer. Waringel's Vayu and Duralium's Spirula Green. Color vs. King's Road. Color vs. Dudong Forest. Birmingham Pen Company's Lichen. Monarcha's Mangler. Lennon Toolbar's 𝗖𝗄𝗽. Robert Oster's Khaki, which could be considered a brown. Octopus Fluid's Sheening Ink Witch or Green Witch. 𝗤𝗄𝘅. Birmingham Pen Company's Jewel Sage. Birmingham Pen Company's Wilting Thicket, which could be considered a brown in some cases as well. And on the last page of my green inks, I have Robert Oster's Peppermint Candy, Robert Oster's Melbourne Tram Green, Kuritake's Sloane Green, Kobe's No. 1 Roko Green, 𝗬𝗏's Dark Forest, 𝗬𝗏's Beethoven, and ending off with Three Oysters Giwa. And that is it for the first binder of inks I have here. I still have pages left in the back of this one for any of the inks I plan to add, and I also use some of those pages for the other binder. So let's go ahead and start binder number 2. So for binder number 2, this book starts off with my brown inks, which is another category of inks that I feel I have way too many of at this point, but let's go ahead and flip through these. So starting off on page 1, we have Ackerman's SBRE Brown, still one of my favorite browns to this day. Ackerman's number 22 Hop Jess Bruin. Ackerman's number 23 Bekakt Hags. Ackerman's number 4 Hals Old Bruin. Birmingham Pen Company's Unknown. This was an ink that they mistakenly gave me and the label is incorrect, so I have labeled it as the Unknown. Birmingham Pen Company's Lunar Dust, which is a mix I did, and I'm not sure if I did it correctly, so I just want to put that out there. That may not be the actual color of that ink. Then I have Birmingham Pen Company's Interstellar Bronze, which is this fabulous greening, sheening ink with this bronze background. Birmingham Pen Company's Timber Frame. Birmingham Pen Company's Floating Log. Birmingham Pen Company's Cooking Coal, which is a bit more of like a brown black. Birmingham Pen Company's Burleywood, and Birmingham Pen Company's Burlap. Then I have Birmingham Pen Company's Extra Dimensional Umber, Birmingham Pen Company's Sandstone, Color vs. Chi-Town, which is this fabulously dark brown shimmery ink, Color vs. Coffee Break, Color vs. Country Roads, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 Document Red Gray, which looks brown to me, which is why it's in the brown category. Then we have a 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 Document Black Red, which is another really dark brown to me. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Document Urban Sienna, my favorite document brown ink by 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Document Brown. And 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Document Sepia Brown, which is another one of my favorite document browns. Then we have 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Ochre, 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Tobacco Sunburst, which can be a bit more yellow at times. 𝗬𝗏𝗏's Weeping Willow from the 2023 Purple Ink Vent. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Cinnabon, which was a scented ink from the 2023 Purple Ink Vent, and it does not behave well on any paper I have ever tried it on. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Pick Me Up, which is another scented ink, and this one is from the 2022 Green Ink Vent. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Walnut from the 2023 Purple Ink Vent. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Cocoa Shimmer, which is a really beautiful warm brown with shimmer. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Maple Leaf, another really gorgeous one. This one could be almost a red brown in cases. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Dusted Truffle, fabulous color. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Yule Log, another fabulous color. Both of those are from the 2022 green ink vent. Then we have Faber-Castell's Cognac Brown. Ferrosil Press's Beaver Dam Brown, which is like a purple brown, very unique. Ferrosil Press's Land of Shangri-La, and Ferrosil Press's Autumn in Auburn. Then we have Ferrosil Press's Oyster Hour, Ferrosil Press's Steeped Umber, Ferrosil Press's Majestic Maple Syrup, which is a shimmer ink. Ferrosil Press's Workshop Wishes, another shimmer. Ferrosil Press's Writing Desk, which is a Wonder Pens exclusive. 𝗏𝗏's Café des Isles, which is another kind of nice brown that's a bit neutral to me. Then we have 𝗏𝗏's Lit de Thé, has beautiful shading that is not showing up in that swatch. 𝗏𝗏𝗏's Earth, 𝗏𝗏𝗏's Caramel, 𝗏𝗏𝗏's Brown Gray, 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗏's Caramel Brown, another one of my favorite browns. And then we have Kobe's 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗃, oh my gosh, I totally butchered that. It's number 3 by Kobe. Next page, we have Kobe's number 8, Arena Amber, which could be considered an orange as well. 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗄's Cappuccino, 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗄 Honey, 𝗂𝗏 Guillon's Cobblestones, number 1. 𝗂𝗏 no Oto's 𝗬𝗏𝗄𝗏, again, butchering that one, it's number 10. Lennon Toolbar's Sesame Oil. Then we have Monteverde's Giraffe, which could be considered more of a red. It's just a kind of muddy, rusty brown to me. Monteverde's Scotch Brown. Monteverde's Copper Noir, which is much like the giraffe, could be considered more of a red, even red-orange, but it does have brown shading. Monteverde's Moonstone. Monteverde's Brown Sugar. And Noodler's L. Lawrence, which is almost kind of a green as well. Then we have Three Oysters Americano, Papier Plumes Pecan, which has gorgeous shading, Pelican 4001 Brilliant Brown, which I got a sample from a pen friend for this one, and I'm not sure if it's correct because it does look very orange, so that's why there's a question mark. Pilot Iroshizuku's Yamaguri, Pilot Iroshizuku's Tsukushi, which is discontinued sadly, and Pilot Iroshizuku's Inoho, which is also discontinued sadly. Then we have Platinum Sepia Black, Roar & Cleaner's Sketch Ink Jewel, Robert Oster's Chalk Pudding. Then we have Robert Oster's Motor Oil, which usually has a really good sheen on it, but not on this paper. Robert Oster's Toffee, and Robert Oster's Scorpion, which is a Penchelle exclusive. On the next page, we have Robert Oster's Melon Tea, Robert Oster's Sepia Night, and Robert Oster's Cafe Crema. Then I have Sailor times Kobe's collab for Ginza Gold Sepia. Then we have Sailor Yorimeku's, I think it's Kitsane Biori. This one again is one of those inks that shades differently on different papers. Then we have Sailor Yorimeku's Hanagokoro, Sailor Ink Studios 673, Sailor Ink Studios 680, and Tasha's Tsushi Golden Wheat. Troublemaker's Tusla Bua, Van Diemen's Peanut Brittle, which could be considered an orange in some papers, and Vinta's Panama, which has a bit more of a green sheen than it does here on this paper. Next we have Waringel's The Song of Reed, which is much lighter in most pens. Waringel's Cowardly Lion, Waringel's Scarecrow, Diamine Golden Brown, Dominant Industries Lungo, Birmingham Pen Company's Distressed Leather, Birmingham Pen Company's Burnt Charcoal, Birmingham Pen Company's Oak Moss, Pelican Edelstein's Smoky Quartz, J. Erbin's Carob de, I think it's 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, again butchering that one, but it is a shimmery ink. Then we have Color versus JFK's Dog Pushniko, or Pushinko, again butchering that one. And then Diamine's Winter Spice, which I think this one was from the red or blue ink vent. I'm not 100% sure. And then for my last page of brown inks thus far, I have Waringall's 𝗬𝗫𝗀. 𝗬𝗫𝗀. It's also a shimmer ink. 𝗦𝘃𝗃's 𝗃𝗃𝗁, which is gorgeous. And William's Cuttlefish Brown, also gorgeous. Van Diemen's Saturn, which could be considered more of a yellow. Diamine's Espresso. Birmingham Pen Company's Roadrunner. Sailor Shikiori's 𝗂𝗂𝗫 𝗂𝗂𝗫. It's one of their new releases as of the end of 2024. Sailor Manyo's Curie, which is another gorgeous shader. Diamine Caramel Sparkle. And then the last two browns I have here is Robert Oster's times the Coffee Monsters Co.'s Coffee Monster, and Bungbox times Sailor's Quarter Latin, I think it's 𝗬𝗏𝗁. The next color family I have in here is my yellows, and I feel like I have a good variety of yellow, and I don't really have a desire to order or buy anymore, but we shall see. You know, that always changes. But here is the yellow pages I have. So starting on the top row here, we have Birmingham Pen Company's Goldfish, which is so beautiful. Also Birmingham Pen Company's Rotted Cork, also really beautiful. And Birmingham Pen Company's Yorkshire Canary, which is a great mixing ink. Then we have Diamine's 2022 Green Ink Fence 3 Kings, De Herbon's Amber de Bermain. And then we have Birmingham Pen Company's Phoenix, which could also be a bit orange on some papers. Birmingham Pen Company's Corn Earworm, which may not be the correct mixing of that color. Birmingham Pen Company's Root Cellar. Birmingham Pen Company's Rotten Straw. Sailor times Kingdom's 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝗽. Vinta's Bronze Yellow. And Krishna Sunburst. Then we have the Pilot Parallels Yellow. De Atramentis Document Yellow. Roar & Klingner's Sketch Ink Carmen, which could be considered orange as well. Dominant Industries Citrus Yellow. Pilot Iroshizuku's 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 or 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏. Three Oysters Delicious Mustard, one of my favorite yellows, but could be considered a brown. La Artisan's Ochre Jane. Troublemaker's Yellow Tantarilla. And Pen BBS's number 388, I think it's Guangzhou. And ending the page off, we have KWZ's Old Gold, which could be considered more of a brown. Tasha's Siraku Natane. Van Diemen's Neptune's Necklace. Next page here we have Kayono Oto's Yamabuki Iro. Roar & Klingner's Helianthus, which I now own a full bottle of. Doodler's Yellow. Then we have Diamine Sunshine Yellow, Sailor Ink Studios 770, Sailor Ink Studios 670, Ferriswheel Press's Buttered Popcorn, which is sadly discontinued, Ferriswheel Press's Freshly Squeezed Sunshine, Pannonia's Dandelion. I'm not going to be able to pronounce the Dutch version of that, but it's number 9. Then we have Robert Oster's Honeybee, which could be considered kind of brown to some. Kobe's number 22, Shinkaichi Gold, which also could be kind of brown. It's definitely a good golden color. And then De Atramentis Amber Yellow Copper, which is a lovely kind of shimmery ink. Then we have De Atramentis Whiskey Brown Copper, which again is another one of those shimmers. Ferriswheel Press's Sparkling Champagne, also a shimmer. And Ferriswheel Press's Bookkeeper's Brass, also a shimmer. Then we have Color vs. Gluon Glistening, also a shimmer. Diamine's Fortune's Gold from the 2023 Purple Ink Vent. Ferriswheel Press's Plated Gold Tress, another shimmer ink. Robert Oster's Heart of Gold, which actually looks like writing with liquid gold. Platinum Citrus Black, probably my favorite yellow ink of all time to this day. Monarcha's Ray Jaguar. Teranishi's Nostalgic Honey. Ink Institute's Circular Line, and ending off here with Birmingham Pen Company's Lighthouse. Then the next color category in this binder is orange, so I'm going to just flip through these really quick. I do want to say when I was swatching my orange inks when I was doing this binder months ago, I guess, I did end up spilling the water that I was using to clean my pens and brushes and stuff, and the water did saturate a couple of the pages on here, so that is why there's a lot of bleeding on a lot of the inks, because I just had a lot of incidents with water. But let me go ahead and flip through these. I do also want to say that I put my coral inks in my orange category because I feel like they're not pink enough to be considered pink, and they're not red enough to be considered red, so I put them in the orange. So starting off at the top here, we have Three Oysters 𝗬𝘂𝗁, Ackerman's number 16, Orange Bovin, Ancient Songs or Ancient Charms number 2, Moon of the West River, Birmingham Pen Company's Tiger Lily, Birmingham Pen Company's Salmon Hors d'oeuvre, Birmingham Pen Company's Ceramic Kiln, which could be considered a brown on some papers, Birmingham Pen Company's Copperhead, Birmingham Pen Company's Ambered Adobe, Birmingham Pen Company's Rusted Rivet, Birmingham Pen Company's Monarch, Birmingham Pen Company's Clementine, and Birmingham Pen Company's Chicken Coop. Again, this page was saturated with water before I wrote on it, which is why everything is bleeding. On the next page, I have Color Verses number 36, Alpha Taurus, De Atramentis Mahatma Gandhi, De Atramentis Document Orange, 𝗬𝗏𝗻's Terracotta, which could be considered a red, 𝗬𝗏𝗻's Ancient Copper, another one that could be considered a red, and 𝗬𝗏𝗻's Firefly, which is a lovely red-orange shimmer. Then we have 𝗬𝗏𝗻's Autumn Oak, 𝗬𝗏𝗻's 2023 Purple Inkvent Bucks Fizz, 𝗬𝗏𝗻's 2022 Green Inkvent Flame, and ending the page off, we have 𝗬𝗏𝗻's 2023 Purple Inkvent Fireside Snug, 2022 Green Inkvent Cozy Up, and 2022 Green Inkvent Celebration, which is a shimmery version of Cozy Up to me. On the next page, we have Dahmen Industries Earl Grey Tea, one of my favorite oranges, Dahmen Industries Ginger Chicken, which is a Wonder Pens exclusive and also looks very similar to 𝗬𝗏𝗻's Ancient Copper, Ferrocell Press's Wonderland in Coral, which is a shimmer ink and also more of a pinky coral color, Ferrocell Press's Pumpkin Patch, Ferrocell Press's Definitely Peachy, another corally color, Ferrocell Press's Hardy Harvest, which is another shimmer, Ferrocell Press's Main Street Marmalade, Ferrocell Press's Golden Gate Glow, another kind of coral color, Ferrocell Press's Terracotta Cannon, which shades gray on Tomoe River paper, J. Urban's Cornelin J. Egypt, 𝗬𝗃𝗁's Coral, and Kaweco's Sunrise Orange, another really great orange color. Next page, we have Kobe's number 25, Tarumi Apricot, KWZ's Grapefruit, which is one of my favorite oranges and looks very red on screen to me, but it is very red-orange in person. Then we have Lami's Mango, Laban's Apollo Orange, Monteverde's Fire Opal, which looks very similar to 𝗬𝗏𝗻's Fireside Snug, Noodler's Southwest Sunset, Octopus Fluid's Orange Skunk, Pen BBS's 154 𝗬𝗏 Ziking, Pilot Iroshizuku's Yuyake, which I have a full bottle of now, and then Pilot Iroshizuku's Fuyugaki, Pilot Orange, and Robert Oster Peach, which is a lovely, lovely orange. On the next page, we have Robert Oster's Sunburn, which is a Pen Chalet exclusive, Robert Oster's Antelope Canyon, another Pen Chalet exclusive, and Robert Oster's Lost Dutchman's Gold, the final Pen Chalet exclusive from the orange category. Then I have Robert Oster's Australis Oak, which could be considered brown to some, Sailor Manyo's Himeyuri, Sailor Manyo's Yamabuki, Sailor Shikiori's Kinmokusai, Sailor Ink Studio's 473, which is kind of a corally color, Scribo's, I think it's Arenco di Sicilia, Tasha's Kawaii, which is another one of my favorite oranges, Troublemaker Mango, and Van Diemen's Sea Shell Shimmer, which is another really nice shimmery ink. And then we have the last page of oranges here. This is Waringel's Heimdall, another one of my favorite oranges. Birmingham Pen Company's Streetcar, another one of my favorite oranges. Sailor Ink Studios 573, a new favorite orange. Diamine Pumpkin, classic pumpkin-y color. Ferriswheel Press's Russet Typecase. Diamine Coral. And lastly, Sailor Ink Studios 173, which is coral, yellow, and orange all in one. The next color category in here is reds. And thanks to 𝗤𝗄 from Along for the Thrill, she has donated several reds. So my red collection has blossomed this year for sure. So starting off on the top here, we have Ackerman's Rembrandt's, I think it's 𝗏𝗏. I don't remember which number this one is, but it's a gorgeous darker red. Birmingham Pen Company's Ladybug and Birmingham Pen Company's Fire Hydrant. Then we have Birmingham Pen Company's Stagecoach, one of my favorite reds at the moment. Birmingham Pen Company's Rhubarb and Birmingham Pen Company's Prickly Pear, which is like a red-black. Birmingham Pen Company's Iron Ore, another red-black. Birmingham Pen Company's 𝗏𝗏, which could be considered a dark pink. Birmingham Pen Company's Butcher's Broom, another one of my favorite reds at the moment. Color Versus number 8, Mars Curiosity. 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏 Standard Amaranth, which could be considered a bit more of like a wine red color. And 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏 Oriental Red. Then we have 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏 Elderberries, 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏 Carnelian Red, and 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏 Cherry. 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏 Document Dark Red, 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏 Johann Sebastian Bach, and 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏 Document Red. Diamine's Deep Dark Red, Diamine Classic Red, and Diamine's Sailor's Warning. Diamine's Writer's Blood, Diamine's Red Dragon, and Diamine's Red Luster, which is another one of the shimmering reds. Then we have Diamine Oxblood, Diamine Wrath, Diamine's Little Tam, Diamine Cardinal from the 2022 Green Ink Vent, Diamine Tinsel from the 2023 Purple Ink Vent, Diamine Spiced Apple from the 2022 Green Ink Vent, Diamine's Bah Humbug, which is a really cool shimmer. It goes from this pink color to more of a gold. I don't know if I'll get to go to gold here, but it goes all the way to gold. Dominant Industries Christmas Red, and Dominant Industries Garnet, which could be considered a dark pink to some. Then on the bottom here, we have Endless Alchemy's Drops of Mars, Ferriswheel Press's Wondrous Winterberry, and Ferriswheel Press's Cabernet on the Lake, another one that could be considered a bit more of a pink. On the next page, we have Ferriswheel Press's Song of Scarlet, Ferriswheel Press's The Velvet Ballet, and Ferriswheel Press's Algonquin Maple. Then I have Ferriswheel Press's Candy Marsala, Herbin's 1676 Rouge Hematite, and Herbin's Rouge Granat. Then I have Kaweco's Ruby Red, Kiwi Ink's 𝗦𝘃𝗃𝗏𝗏, Kobe's number 4, Kitano, I think it's 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗏𝗏 Red. Again, very butchering that one, but it is number 4 by Kobe. And then on the bottom here we have 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏's Thief's Red, Le Bon Aries Red, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Red. Next page we have Monteverde's Valentine's Red, Monteverde Canyon Rest, which could be considered a brown or an orange, Monteverde Love, Monteverde's Viva Magenta, which has a little bit of a pink undertone but still pretty red, Noodler's Red, and Noodler's Brevity Red, Then we have Three Oysters Chili Red, Papier Plume's Cherry Red, and Pannonia's Ordogi Voros. And ending the page off, we have Pannonia's Roca Como Fox Friend, which is number 21, I believe, and could be considered orange. And Pen BBS's 114 Zhang Ailing, and Pelikan 4001's Brilliant Red. For the next page, we have Pilot Brown, which looks red on most papers to me, like a burnt dark red, but could be considered actually brown. Then we have Pilot Red, Robert Oster's Fire Engine Red, Robert Oster's Sedona Red, which is a Pen Chalet exclusive, Robert Oster's 𝗦𝘃𝗍𝗄 Rot, and Robert Oster's Muddy Dragon, Robert Oster's Blood Moon, one of my favorite reds at the moment as well, 𝗤𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗦𝗃𝗲𝗏, 𝗤𝗏 𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Sailor Shikiori Irori, and Tasha's Taka. And on the final page of my reds, I have Tasha's Shirakashi Akasakura, Tasha's Benetsuchi, which is another one of my favorite reds, and Van Diemen's Lion's Roar. Waringle's Human Problem, another one of my favorite reds, Waringle's Captain Hook, and Waringle's Queen of Hearts. Then we also have Waringle's The Great Sage Heaven's Equal, Sailor Manyo's Yu, Sailor Manyo's Sumomo, and Sailor Shikiori Yutsubane, and Color versus Hubble. The next color category I have are my pinks, and I have quite a few of these as well. Starting on the top here, I have Birmingham Pen Company's Magnolia Mirage, one of my favorite pinks right now, Birmingham Pen Company's Snapdragon, Birmingham Pen Company's Saltwater Taffy. Then I have Birmingham Pen Company's Tea Berry Ice Cream, Birmingham Pen Company's Terracotta, Birmingham Pen Company's Chrysanthemum, Birmingham Pen Company's Twilight, which is a nice wine pink, Birmingham Pen Company's Waterfront Dusk, what I consider pink black, Birmingham Pen Company's 5 Cent Fuchsia, Birmingham Pen Company's Bordeaux, which is almost like a purple pink, like magenta, like dark magenta black, but I still think it's pretty pink. And then Birmingham Pen Company's Amaranth, Birmingham Pen Company's Cherry Blossom. Then I have Birmingham Pen Company's Carnation, Birmingham Pen Company's Blossomed Lotus, and Dominant Industries Royal Azalea. Tasha's Momo Pink, which is Barbie Pink, hot pink. Papery Plume's Garden District Azalea, which is a gorgeous shader. And Kayo Iro's Kiyage Sakura. Then I have Faber-Castell's Electric Pink, Erbin's Roy Dunk, or Rusty Anchor, Robert Oster's Boysenberry Swirl from the 2023 Melbourne Pen Show. And ending the page off, we have Robert Oster's Australis Rose, Robert Oster's Rose Gold Antiqua, and Robert Oster's Cherry Blossom. On the next page, we start off with Robert Oster's Pink Squirrel, Robert Oster's Sushi, Ferrisol Press's Lady Rose, and then I have Ferrisol Press's Pink Eraser, Ferrisol Press's Royal Rhubarb, and Ferrisol Press's Malibu Blush. Next row, we have Ferrisol Press's Ruby Royal Flush, Ferrisol Press's Pink Sugar Beach, and Ferrisol Press's Spadina Rose. And final row, we have Ferrisol Press's Strawberry Macaroon, Ferrisol Press's Fluttering Heart, and Ferrisol Press's Bumbling Blossom. Starting on the next page, we have Ferrisol Press's The Sherry Sonata, Versal Press's Radiant Rose Wing, Versal Press's Billowing Blush, which has a chroma, like different blue to like gold shimmer. Then I have Monteverde's Rose Pink, Pilot Pink, and Pilot Iroshizuku's Momiji, which I now have a full bottle of. I also have on here Pilot Iroshizuku's Kosumosu, which is recently discontinued, Pilot Iroshizuku's Tsusuji, which is also recently discontinued, and Pilot Iroshizuku's 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗏. And the final row on this page is Kobe's number 30, OG Cherry, Kobe's number 61, Yuki Gosho Cherry Blossom, and Sailor Manyo's Kuzu. Starting off on the next page, I have Sailor Manyo's Sakura, which could be considered orange to some, Sailor Shikiyori's Ukuyama, Sailor Shikiyori's Sakura Mori, and then the next row I have Sailor Ink Studios 237, which is a gorgeous like magenta, fuchsia, pinky purple, Sailor Ink Studios 252, Sailor Ink Studios 431. Then I have Sailor Ink Studios 731, 𝗬𝗓mentis's Pompadour Pink, and 𝗬𝗓mentis Document Fuchsia. And the final row on this page is 𝗬𝗓mentis Apple Blossom, which is a scented ink, Color versus Brunch Date, which looks very brown right here, but it is a bit more orangey, like pink, I guess. It's like a brown pink. And then ending off with one of my favorites, Colorverse Andromeda. On the next page, we have Colorverse's Las Vegas, Waringall's Dracula, and Waringall's White Rabbit. Then we have Waringall's 12th Night, which I believe is an Atlas Stationers exclusive, Van Diemen's Snowy Mountain Sunset, and Van Diemen's Here Kitty Kitty. Then we have Noodler's Georgia Peach, Noodler's Black Swan and Australian Roses, and Pelican Edelstein's Rose Quartz. And ending off on the page, we have Scribo's Rosso Melograno, Pannonia's Ragu Bubblegum, and 𝗏𝗵 Rhodonite. On the next page, we have Roar and Cleaner's Sketch Ink Vroni, L'Artisan's Rose Grenade, Diamine's Hope Pink, Diamine's 2023 Purple Ink Vent Scented Ink Sweet Dreams, and Diamine's 2023 Purple Ink Vent Cashmere Rose, which I did purchase a very large full bottle of. Then I have Diamine's 2023 Purple Ink Vent Masquerade, Taranishi's Opera Rose, Vinta's Lacabini, and 𝗏𝗏 Aphrodite. And then I have Waringall's Stonecutter Song, which looks very gray here, but looks very pink on other papers, Sailor Manyo's Asagiri, and Birmingham Pen Company's Rosewood Twinkle. And on the final page of my pink inks, I have Octopus Sheening Fairy, Kobe's number 54, I think it's Goshiyama Ochre, Vinda Inks Isabella 1999 Liquid Sepia, and the last two on here are 𝗏𝗵's Vibrant Pink and Tono and Limb's Shimane. The next color category I have in here are my magenta inks. I consider these to be more of like a pinky purple situation, could be considered also fuchsia. And I don't really have too many that I put in this category, but all of them are really, really pretty. Starting off, we have Diamine's 2022 Green Ink Vent Jingleberry, Diamine 2023 Purple Ink Vent Tranquility, which is this gorgeous blue to gold shimmer, and then Diamine's Deep Magenta. On the next row, we have Diamine's Little Bob, Pannonia's number 6 Abigail, and Kaveco's Summer Purple, which could be considered a bit more just purple. Then I have 𝗏𝗏's Zeus Purple, 𝗏𝗵 Beryl, and Kobe's number 6 Bordeaux. And ending the page off, I have Platinum's Lavender Black, Sailor Munyo's 𝗂𝗶𝘁, and Ferrocell Press's Midway the Magnificent. On the next page, I have Ferrocell Press's Lights on Broadway, Ferrocell Press's Double Raspberry, and Ferrocell Press Sugar and Spite, which is another one of those 2 shimmer inks. This one has gold shimmer in it as well. Then I have 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝑚𝑒𝑛𝑡𝑒𝑠 Magenta Red Copper, 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝑚𝑒𝑛𝑡𝑒𝑠 Lilac, which is a scented ink, and 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝑚𝑒𝑛𝑡𝑒𝑠 Blackberry, another scented ink. Next row, we have Pilot Iroshizuku's 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗍𝗍, Roar and Klingner's Solferino, and Monteverde's Chameleon. And last row, we have Ackerman's, I think it's 𝗦𝘂𝗽𝗽𝗏 Magenta, Noodler's Saguaro Wine, and Private Reserve's Plum. And for the last page, I have Organic Studios Unicorn Blood Pink Shimmer, Waringall's Pride and Prejudice, one of my favorites right now, Monteverde's Blueberry Muffin, Andrelium's Pompadour, Kobe number 41, 𝗬𝗎 Ryoku Rose, Robert Oster's and the Coffee Monsters Co.'s Day to Night, and Bungbok's Sweet Potato Purple. And we are now to the final color category that I have swatched in here, and that is purple. And like the greens and browns and teals, this is another category that I have way too many inks. So let me just kind of go as slow as I can through these ones. Starting off at the top here, we have J.R. Bond's Poussière de Lune, 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝑚𝑒𝑛𝑡𝑒𝑠 Alexander Hamilton, which is one of my first bottles of ink, Waringall's Jane Eyre, one of my favorite purples, Birmingham Pen Company's Canterbury Raisin, Birmingham Pen Company's Byzantium, which is a lovely purple black, Ferrocell Press's Harlequin Dream, Ferrocell Press's Little Robinia, Robert Oster's Monsoon Clouds, which is a Pen Chalet exclusive, Robert Oster's Black Violet, Robert Oster's Sydney Lavender, another one of my favorite purples, Robert Oster's Summer Storm, and Roar and Klingner's Cassia, which I actually recently acquired a full bottle of. Then we have Roar and Klingner's Alt Bordeaux, which could be considered a bit more magenta, Van Diemen's Mandarin Duck Breast, Colorverse's Delicious Sleep, Ferrocell Press's Tanzanite Sky, Ferrocell Press's Grape Ice Pop, Private Reserve's Infinity Violet, Waringall's Great Gatsby, Kiwi Inks A Witch's Potion, and Birmingham Pen Company's Armadillo, which also looks kind of gray on some papers. Birmingham Pen Company's Bougainvillea, Birmingham Pen Company's Boysenberry, and Birmingham Pen Company's Mountain Thistle. Birmingham Pen Company's Huckleberry, Birmingham Pen Company's Periwinkle, and Birmingham Pen Company's California Raisin. Birmingham Pen Company's Hydrangea, Birmingham Pen Company's Pop Art Purple, and Birmingham Pen Company's Violet Sea Snail. All three of these are looking way more blue on camera than they are in person. They are a bit more purple in person. Then we have Pilot Purple, Pilot Iroshizuku's Murasaki Shikibu, 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝑚𝑒𝑛𝑡𝑒𝑠 Purple Violet, 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝑚𝑒𝑛𝑡𝑒𝑠 Violets, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 Document Violet, and 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 Document Purple Violet. Then we have Diamine's 2023 Purple Inkvent Jacaranda, Diamine Imperial Purple, and Diamine Little Pip. Lamy Azurite, Pen BBS's Lynn, I think it's Huyen, Monteverde's Birthday Cake, Monteverde's Purple Rain, Monteverde's Elephant, and Monteverde's Tanzanite. Noodler's North African Violet, Noodler's Purple, and Sailor Ink Studios 935. On the next page, we have Sailor Ink Studios 123, Sailor Ink Studios 150, and Sailor Ink Studios 224. Sailor Ink Studios 335, Sailor Ink Studios 435, and Sailor Ink Studios 450. Sailor Ink Studios 452, Sailor 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗄's Koyoku, Sailor 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗄's Yoi, Sailor 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗄's Date Gokoro, Sailor Manyo's Neko Yanagi, and Sailor Manyo's Fuji. Sailor Manyo's Kakisubata, Sailor Shikiori's Patsu Patsu, and Sailor Shikiori's Yozakura. Sailor Shikiori's Hara Hara, Sailor Shikiori's Fuji Sugata, and Sailor Shikiori's Shukore. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 Brilliant Violet Copper, Ancient Charms or Ancient Songs number 17, Mooring on the Kenai River, Dominant Industries Sunset. All of these are shimmer inks here. Color Versus Witch by Starlight, which also could be considered a blue to some. Color Versus, I think it's 𝗬𝗏𝗄𝗃 Glistening, and Robert Oster's Violet Dreams. Also, all three of those are shimmers. On the next page, I have Robert Oster's Silver Dreams, Wearingle's Persephone, one of my favorite purples at the moment, and then Wearingle's, I think it's Soyoung Guye, Sowanjoy. Yeah, pronunciation on that one is probably a fail. Next row, we have Wearingle's Frankenstein, Ferriswheel Press's Purple Jade Rabbit, and Ferriswheel Press's Queen Allium. Then we have Ferriswheel Press's Blushing Mushroom, Ferriswheel Press's Poison Envy, and Ferriswheel Press's Aurora Borealis, which again is one of those kind of multi-tonal shimmers. And ending the page off with Diamine's 2023 Purple Inkvent Big Bottle Raise a Glass, Diamine 2022 Solar Storm, Diamine 2022 Green Inkvent Deck the Halls. On the next page, we have Diamine's 2023 Purple Inkvent Rainbow's End, Diamine 2022 Purple Inkvent's Memory Lane, and Faber-Castell's Violet Blue. Then we have KWZ's Gummy Berry, the non-Iron Gall version, Kobe's number 56, Roko Shichidanka, and Waterman's Tender Purple. Then we have Van Diemen's Tasmanian Lavender, Vinta Mascara, and Troublemaker's Foxglove. And we are ending the page off with Tasha's Hiroshige Nakamurasaki, Papery Plumes Violet, and Three Oysters Purple Gray. And the second to last page here, we have Le Artisan's Lilas, Lamy's Violet Blackberry, Van Diemen's Achilles, Van Diemen's Dark Lilac, the 2024 version, J. Urban's 1798 Amethyst de Laurel, Wearingle's The Plague, Journalize The Whimsical Collection Hecate, Octopus Sheena Inks Gin, and Sailor Shikiori's Nadeshiko. And ending off this page, we have Diamine's Lilac Satin, Diamine's Kong Girls, and Dominant Industries Evening. And on the last page, I have Tono and Lim's 𝗖𝗄𝗄 and Boombox's Tipsy Mood. Alrighty, that is it for all of the inks in my collection here as of the filming of this video. I can't vouch for any inks that I will add over time as the year ends, and maybe next year I'll do another flip of this with the updated version of all the inks that I acquire in that time frame, but we shall see. If you have any questions about the materials or this video or any of the inks, please feel free to chat about that down with me in the comments. I'm always in awe of what you guys are looking at in terms of inks and what you're adding to your wish lists and all that kind of stuff. I hope I did justice. I hope I did justice for those of you who requested this video. Feel free to ask again anything about it. I'm happy to chat. Anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I also hope to see you in the next one. Bye.